back towards the defense 5 yards. So he's not allowed to drop all the way back into coverage. So if you send a receiver more than 5 yards deep, you're talking about a 3-on-3 situation with 3 wide receivers and 3 defensive backs. And so even though there are more players on the field per square yard than the outdoor game, you can create space by getting beyond that 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. And 3-on-3 leaves a lot of room for receivers to get open. The defenses that they play are typically an amalgam between zone and man-to-man. It starts off man-to-man, but if a receiver goes to a certain area, the defenders will switch. And when defenders switch, that takes on a whole zone principle, which you've got, as I said, an amalgam, kind of a mix and match between zone defensive principles and man-to-man defensive principles. One significant change from the outdoor game, you've got a center and 2 guards offensively. Well, you got a center, a guard. One of them is actually a tight end who's an eligible receiver. And which one is determined right after the huddle. As the offense approaches the line of scrimmage, the tight end is required to raise his hand. If he does not raise his hand, that is a 5-yard penalty. We'll come across that fairly frequently, and I won't necessarily catch it. I'll just guess that that's what's happened. I don't always watch the linemen as the huddle breaks. I am sorry about that. But anyway, the tight end is an eligible receiver. And if he goes out, it means that the jack linebacker will probably cover him. And as soon as he leaves the line of scrimmage, all rules regarding the box and where the linebackers have to be and who can rush and all that goes out the window. So they typically don't send the tight end out. They don't typically send the running back out, but they will. And the jack linebacker has the tight end and the MAC linebacker has the fullback. But the defensive linemen are required to line up across from their respective offensive linemen, which means that you don't have to be as quick or as fast to play offensive linemen in this league as you would in the outdoor game. And if you don't have to be as fast, they usually get bigger. And you'll notice throughout this league that offensive linemen in this league tend to be even bigger than those in the NFL. There was one time I was broadcasting a game that involved the Corpus Christi Hammerheads. They had 2 linemen that were both over 400 pounds. Now, with this particular alignment, it is very conducive to throwing the ball, because you can get a one-on-one matchup anytime you want it. You get it every play. So throwing the ball is easy, and typically, you'll have some success. Running the ball, on the other hand, is extremely difficult. Why is that? Because you got 3 defensive linemen and 2 linebackers, and so that's 5 defenders, and you've only got 3 offensive linemen to block them. On most offensive plays, they will run at an unblocked player and just hope to. Well, we've got an invocation. I'll be back with you in a moment. Well, we have survived the national anthem. Trouble with the mic. The horn went off in the middle. I tell you what, our singer, Unwavering, made it through a very difficult song and did so in fine style. We're just about ready to get this game underway. And just to complete a thought for a moment, I was talking about how difficult it is to run the ball in how difficult it is to run the ball in this game. You've got 3 defensive linemen, you've got 2 linebackers, and you got 3 offensive linemen to block them. And it's just very hard to get it done. And typically, what they will do is they will block 3 defenders, but leave 1 that's way out of the way, a long way from the point of attack, and then not block the guy at the point of attack and see if the runner can just beat him. The captains are down on the field. For the Wildcatters, quarterback Casey Peters, also Dennis Morris on the field, awaiting the coin toss. And the coin is tossed. And who won it? I did not see who won. Well, the West Texas Wildcatters won the toss. They deferred. The Bandits have decided to take the ball. How would you not? Why would you not? And so we'll get ready to get this one underway. As I look at tonight's roster, I do not see Whitney Hillen. Whitney Hillen was on the active roster last week, not this week. And so we'll have to figure out who they're going to have kicking. So the Wildcatters will be kicking off from east to west. Kirkland Dawson, 5'9", 185-pound defensive back, will be deep for this kick. Every kick in this game will take place, every kickoff will take place from the goal line. Kyle Yeck will be kicking off, wearing number 13. His probably his most important job is that of backup quarterback, but he is also a 4th receiver for the Wildcatters. He's got it teed up. There's the whistle. We're ready to roll. It is kicked down the left side. It's going to skip into the stands. That should bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. So the Bandits will take over from their own 20-yard line. Midfield being the 25. Since the ball was kicked out of bounds on the right side, going to be on the far right hash mark. Luke Collins under center will send the receiver Cashmere in loop motion to the left side. Straight drop. Looks deep. Has a man. Interference, and the call is made. Yeah, he did it. So that should be a 10-yard penalty that will move the ball to the Wildcatter 20-yard line. So they will move the ball. It stays on the far right hash mark. Collins goes over and gets the play call from the coach. Brian Ingram set to the right side. On the left side, Lamons, Cashmere, and Edwards. Straight drop. Looks over the middle into the end zone. Throws. Almost intercepted but caught. LaJuan Edwards was behind Kyle Augustin and pushed off a little bit. Augustin got both hands on it, could not bring it in. Tips it up into the air, and it falls into the hands of the receiver. And there is the touchdown. And Arteaga with the extra point. It is up, and it is good. No good. Sorry about that. So with 13 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter, our score, San Angelo Bandits 6, West Texas Wildcatters nothing. Six to nothing, San Angelo Bandits with the lead. One play drive, Edwards makes a catch in the end zone. Now the other play, I didn't count as a play because it was a penalty. And now the kickoff will bounce at the 10. It's taken at the 5. Fumble, drop, picked up, across the 10 again. One man to beat, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down at the 19-yard line. So a nice return. Sometimes when you fumble the ball, the defenders get out of their lane, and it can lead to a big play. Cedric Johnson almost broke that one. So the Wildcatters come to line. They've got two receivers set to the right side. Elliott Roberts set to the left. Peters drops, looks, throws, end zone. And it is intercepted in the end zone. So our two plays today, so far, you've had a Bandit and a Wildcatter in the end zone, and both times there's been contact. It could have been interference against the Bandits. They don't get either call, and the Bandits come away with the ball both times. So tough break so far for the Wildcatters. Since the ball was caught in the end zone and he was forced into the pads in the end zone, we have a touchback. So Luke Collins will have Tripp set to his right side, drops, looks, pressure comes, gets away from it. He'll throw downfield, has a man, tipped and incomplete. Great defense there by Desmond Baker as he knocks it away. And Baker, boy, he got beat on that play, but was able to make up some ground on Brian Ingram and knock the ball away at the last moment. Now, if Collins put some air under that ball, he may be able to drop that in for a touchdown. As is, it's second down and 10 from the 5-yard line for the Bandits. And again, you've got Edwards, Cashmere, and Ingram all lined up on the right side. Then Cashmere goes in loop motion to the left. He'll throw to the right, bubble screen. Caught at the 10, up the sidelines, and he's going to be brought down after a 13-yard gain out to the 18-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 Bandits. Collins back up under center once again. He's got twins left, single receiver to the right. Bounce motion, Edwards. Straight drop by Collins. Pressure comes up the middle, throws over it, and it is incomplete. We got a flag thrown against Desmond Baker. And certainly there was some contact as they were heading into the end zone. They will move that ball forward 10 yards. That's going to put it on the 22-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Bandits. Six to nothing. San Angelo with the lead. Trying to add to it. 22 yards out. Johnny Thomas, first time in the ball game, set to the right side. He'll loop, heading to the left. You got trips over there. Collins drops, comes with a blitz, throws over it, ends up, and through his hands and incomplete. Thomas was the intended receiver. And back with him was Royal Johnson. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. So far, this has been a game of big plays. The Wildcatters haven't had one yet. So twins left, single right. Collins drops. Pressure coming around the corner. Ball is tipped at the line and then caught. Going to be good for the 1st down. Ingram, the receiver on the play, he's down to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 12 and a 1st down for the San Angelo Bandits. The defensive line for the Wildcatters, they're getting a good push. They are driving the offensive lineman back into the quarterback, which is good. But they have not been able to get to Collins, and Collins has done a good job of throwing around him. Trips right side, Cashmere in motion. They'll drop, throw, end zone, incomplete. Pass intended for Lamont Cashmere. It's going to be 2nd down. You know, I was thinking goal, but I was wrong. They marked that ball at the 11-yard line. So it's 2nd down and 10 from the 11. Kyle Augustin comes out of the game. And they will run a sweep to the right side. Whistle as the ball is snapped. Illegal procedure, the call against the Bandits. And that's going to go on Philip Sumlin. So that will move the ball back to the 16-yard line. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to go, 1st quarter. It is 6-0. Bandits leading the Wildcatters. We're here in Odessa at the Ector County Coliseum. Trips right side, straight drop by Collins. Looks short, now goes deep, and it is wide left. Pass intended for Brian Ingram. Ingram is a 6'5" receiver, and they're working against Kelly Dawson, 5'10". So you're giving up 7 inches. And so far we've run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plays. So 10 plays. The Wildcatters have run 1. The Bandits have run 9. It's 3rd down and 15 from the 16-yard line. Collins drops. He's forced out of the pocket, throws, and that one comes out of his hands. I think he was trying to pump it and couldn't bring it back in. It drops. Going to be a flag on the play. The flag is at the 17-yard line. So we're looking at 4th down and 15. It's 4th down and 15, and they're going to decline a holding penalty called against the Bandits. So what do you do here? So you're looking at about a 30-yard field goal, and they're going to go with Ortega. Ortega is 5'4", 145 pounds. They're attempting a 33-yard field goal. Left-handed kicker will put it up, and it is off the crossbar and no good. With that, we'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Our score, San Angelo 6, West Texas nothing. Well, all the cheerleaders were on the field as they were just about ready to snap the ball. That's a really bad idea. And with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left to go first quarter, the cheerleaders believed that we were looking at immediate timeout. And considering where we are in the first quarter, they're probably right, but they did not get the timeout. So now the Wildcatters have the ball at their own 5-yard line. They throw quickly. It is caught at the 10, a gain of 5 yards. That is the first completed pass of the game. Moves the ball from the 5 to the 10. When you go for a field goal, if you kick it out of the field of play, it's a touchback, comes out to the 5. So missing a field goal, really not a bad deal for you at all. 2nd down and 5 from the 10-yard line. Peters drops. He's under pressure, goes down at the 2. Coming in to make the tackle, Desmond Rayford, 6'2", 252-pounder. You got Rayford lined up at defensive end, and he took the offensive lineman to the outside. The guard stepped out with him, and then he cut back hard to the inside, took a straight tack right back to the quarterback. I tell you what, that was a great bull rush by Rayford. So it's 3rd down and 11 from the 4. Twins right, single receiver left. Peters drops, has time, throws, caught, first down. Out to the 17-yard line, pick up 13 yards. Making the catch, Cedric Johnson. Coming into the game is Gadiaga. 5.5 minutes left to go first quarter. 1st down and 10 for the Wildcatters from the 17-yard line. Casey Peters drops. Throws deep. Has a man, incomplete. I'll tell you what, the coverage was very good by Devin Johnson. But it's still one-on-one that Johnson got a step, and they threw it over the other shoulder. And I think Peters was right to go over the left shoulder. That's where he had more room. That is not the way Johnson turned. So it's 2nd down and 10. Casey Peters will drop. Throws quickly to the outside, caught by the tight end. 1st down and more inside the 20. And we'll have to unpile the bodies to figure out who that was. That was Vincent Williams, 6'5", 340 pounds. And yes, he can catch and he can run. And Williams again is the tight end. Casey Peters, 1st down and 10 from the 17, 6-0. San Angelo with the lead. Throw the ball quickly. Caught And out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Coverage there by Marcus James. Gattiaga on the reception for the Wildcatters. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 4. Ball on the far right hash mark. They line up with Johnson and Gattiaga set to the left. Mike Burdett comes in. Throw, end zone, incomplete. Just too tall for Micah Burdett. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Clock running with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Things did not go at all well for the Wildcatters in the first 2 Bandits possessions or the first one of their own, but they have a chance to tie or even take the lead on this possession. 3rd and 4. Peters drops. Throws end zone. Caught. Gattiaga touchdown. Wildcatters tie the score. And Jason, that's going to be Casey Peters. Put that one right on the money to Hakeem Gattiaga. Yak on for the extra point. He'll get it up, and it is wide right. We're tied. So 2 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Our score, Wildcatters 6, Bandits 6. Kyle Yett has it teed up for the Wildcatters. Kick from the goal line, squib. It bounces at the 20, hops, picked up at the 15-yard line. Coming out to the right, they force him back to the left. He's got some room, and he's now going to be driven into the wall about the 25-yard line. They're going to give him the 23 inside Wildcatter territory. And he did a great job of changing direction. When he took the ball back to the other way, I thought he had a chance to go. But one of the defenders laid out, got a hold of his arm. If he was carrying the ball in the correct arm, he would be able to relax that arm. The defender falls off. He may have scored. Moral of the story, carry the ball in the correct arm. 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Collins under center. He'll look over the middle. Pressure comes. Throws the outside. Caught. And then dropped. Well, I guarantee you that was close to a fumble. Now you had Lamont Cashmere getting his hands on it. He is hit in the process of changing direction. The ball comes out. And so they'll come with trips to the right side. Collins drops, throws over the middle, caught, good for the 1st down by Edwards. And he is brought down immediately as Desmond Baker comes up and makes the tackle. That's a pickup of 12. Kyle Augustin goes over, has a word with the coach. Now they got trips to the left side, which is the wide side of the field, not by much. He'll look left, throws left. It is bobbled but caught by Edwards. He's immediately drilled out of bounds by Desmond Baker. That's a gain of 5. Down to the 8-yard line, going to be 2nd down and 5 from there. Again, they'll come with trips to the right side. Drops Collins. Tucks it under, runs, now throws it to the outside. Is that intentional grounding? Yeah, it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and it wasn't near a receiver. Not going to get the call. So we'll go to the second quarter with our score. The San Angelo Bandits 6 and the West Texas Wildcatters 6. Bandit football on the 8-yard line. 3rd down and 5. One receiver left, 2 to the right. They'll send Edwards over to the right as well. Trips right side. Collins on a long cat drop. Pressure throws. Incomplete. We got a flag. Officials are going to talk about it. Was it incidental contact? Have a player down on the field. That's Eric Davis, offensive lineman for the Bandits. Medical crew comes out to check on him. So we still have to wait and worry about the penalty flag. Now, the fact that another official came in very quickly indicated that it was going to be a flag. Now they pick it up. But they have picked the flag up 30, 45 seconds after he threw it. So I don't know that it's official that they have picked up the flag. Okay, so it's going to be holding. Automatic 1st down. And so it looks like Eric Davis is going to get up. He does. And Eric Davis is being helped to the sidelines. And certainly don't know whether or not he will be back or not. I tell you what, it's certainly one of the challenges of this league that you get 18 players. That's starters each way, plus a kicker, plus a backup quarterback, and that's it. That's all the players you get to bring with you. Vincent Williams at 340 pounds came over the wall onto the field. He almost took the entire wall down. And when I say the entire wall, we're going from goal line to goal line on the near side. That little hockey wall had never experienced anything like that before. We're just underway here in the second quarter of play. Back to live action. First down and goal from the 4-yard line. Collins, hands off, left side, into the end zone, touchdown. And I'll see if I can get a number on the ball carrier. And mostly what I'm seeing is a lot of hair. That's going to be, I believe, Philip Sumlin. You can't see. There we go. 91. Yes, it is Philip Sumlin. Same as the coach for A&M. So they're going to go for two. They'll put the ball over on the far left hash mark. It is 12-6. Working from the shotgun. They snap directly to Cashmere. He loses the ball. And so the extra point is no good. So the 2-point conversion is no good. Our score is Bandits 12, Wildcatters 6, 13:59 remaining in the first half. Okay, I was informed that my mouth is too close to the microphone, making it a little difficult to understand me. That's completely fixable. Johnson takes the kickoff up the sidelines, 15, 10. All the way down to the 10-yard line. That is the second time that Cedric Johnson has had trouble fielding the kickoff. It's the second time it's worked. So Casey Peters and the offense with great field position. Micah Burdett is in the backfield along with Peters. Trips to the left side, all up against the wall. Peters drops, throws. It is incomplete. Pass intended for Dennis Morris. Going to be second down and goal from the 10. Morris was running a little out route. And that's a tough pass, because the perfect pass is about 6 inches from being incomplete. You got to hit him in on stride. You got to let him run through the ball. Just a little bit wide left. Peters pitches the ball, going to his left. Running back turns up and will pick up about 3 yards. As that's going to be Robert Elliott on the carry. Goes from the 10 to the 7. (12-6). The Bandits leading the Wildcatters here from the Ector County Coliseum. They come with trips to the right side. Straight drop, swings it outside. Johnson hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple, but still 5 yards short of the goal line, and it's going to be 4th down. Are they going to try for the field goal? No, they are not. Kyle Yeck is still situated on the bench. 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. Morris and Johnson set to the left side. On the right side, you got Burdett. And now we got a flag. Wildcatters called for the tight end was remiss. He did not put his hand up as he came to the line of scrimmage. Illegal procedure the call, and it's 4th down and 10. Still going to go for it. 12-6. Bandits leave the Wildcatters, and right now they're going to go for it. 4th and goal from the 10. Peters drops. End zone, incomplete. Johnson had a step, but we're going to get an automatic first. Oh, they're calling interference on Burdett. On Johnson. He said interference. He pointed towards the Wildcatters. They're going to put the ball at the 2-yard line. I was wondering how they were going to call that offensive pass interference. And you know what? That was not a bad play for the Bandits. He was beaten. Reach out, grab him. Don't let him get the touchdown. So it's 1st and goal from the 2. Turn, handoff, going to his right side, hitting the backfield, drop. Back at the 4-yard line, they're going to give him the 3-yard line as Robert Elliott had nowhere to go. There's just no running room. You've got 5 defenders and three blockers. It's tough to get into that end zone, which is why it was smart to interfere with the receiver, make him come back and earn it, because nothing is automatic in this league. To send a man in motion, handoff headed left, turns up, and he is wrapped up and brought down. Great defensive play by Greg Yettle. It really looked like Burdett was going to be able to turn the corner and get into the end zone. He is stopped at the 1.5-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal. They've run the ball twice. They've run it with a running back. They've run it with the receiver. This time Johnson is deep, so they may run it with him. Peters can run too. Don't forget about that. Drops, throws, caught! Touchdown, Morris! Dennis Morris basically turned his back on the defender, backed into the end zone, and as he was crossing the line, Casey Peters put the ball on the money. So we are tied at 12, and we could potentially see the first Wildcatter lead of the evening. And we will. 9 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in the first half. Our score, Wildcatters 13, Bandits 12. it's an onside kick that is recovered by Devin Johnson of the Bandits. And that is a strategy. You kick the ball right at somebody, and you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to hit him and have a chance of getting the ball back, which is kind of the point, or if you miss him, it's a squib kick. It works just fine. There really is no downside. And as I say there's no downside, yes, I do realize the Bandits have the ball on the Wildcatter 13. Flag flies, they throw end zone, incomplete, and another flag. We'll have to check the flags. So it's either a 10-yard penalty against the Wildcatters or offsetting. So we got a flag at the line of scrimmage and a flag in the end zone. Offsides, Wildcatters. So 1st and goal, they're going to put it on the 1-yard line. And how you get 12 yards on that penalty, I don't know. Twins left, single receiver right, handoff up the middle, and he is driven back. On the carry is Philip Sumlin. He's already got a touchdown to his name. Really kind of a dangerous. He was in a dangerous situation that you got the ball out in front of you and several black shirts right around it. You're stopped. You can't move. And they're going to be hacking at the ball trying to get it away from you. But Sumlin does a nice job of holding on to the ball. He does not get back to line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 2. 8:03 remaining in the ball game. In the first half, excuse me. Twins left, single receiver to the right. Handoff up the middle again. Hit at the line. They get no push. Vincent Williams, you got to find a way not to run at him. The man is a house. So it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 2. They've had some success running the ball in the red zone, but they have not had any success driving it up the middle. Where they've had success is running a little counter, something where you reverse field a little bit. In the backfield this time, Jeremiah Turner. They got Twins left. They pitch it to Turner, hit at the goal line, and driven back. He'll have a yard. He needed 2. He got 1. It is 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line as we go under 7 minutes left to play in the first half. 13-12, West Texas leading San Angelo. And so they're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Quarterback sneak. Did he get there? Oh, my. Close. It is 4th down. What? No. Goal line stand. Goal line stand, Wildcatters. And they're going to mark the ball just outside the goal line. Offense onto the field. And really, from a Bandit perspective, their possession is not really over. That with the ball this close to the goal line, there's still a fair chance that the Bandits come away from this with points. There could be a holding call. That would be a safety. There could be intentional grounding call. That would be a safety. You could run the ball, get trapped in the end zone. You could have a sack. Wildcatters have got to find a way to get out of their own end zone. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. The one on the left is Burdette, and now a whistle. Delay of the game called against the Wildcatters. And so they moved the ball back literally an inch. That may be the best time ever to have a penalty because it's still 1st and 10. They did not move the stick at all. The ball moved back an inch or two. Same formation. We've got a penalty. Another flag. If it goes against Wildcatters, it means nothing. I mean, how much closer to the goal line can you get? Vincent Williams checks into the game. So they just got bigger. As coming out is Dennis Morris. They are 49.99 yards. Throws over the middle. And it's incomplete. Is there a flag? It looked to me like he was on the receiver well before the ball got there. No flag. So it's 2nd down and 10 from the goal line. .502 left to go first half. They will run the ball. Morris is hit in the end zone and finds a way out of the end zone out to the 4-yard line. That's a pickup of 3, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7. Peters gets the call from the coach. He's back into the huddle. They've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He looks deep, going downfield. Johnson is there, makes the catch, and down at the 5-yard line. Cedric Johnson. .41 yards on the completion from Casey Peters to Cedric Johnson. And now the Wildcatters are knocking on the door. They will run the ball right side, turning it up, hit at the 1, flipped. Robert Elliott's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. And it's now 2nd and goal from the 1. Morris coming into the game, Jacoby Thomas as well. Ball over on the far right hash mark. Johnson will go out way to the left. You've got kind of a double wing. They give the ball off to Elliott, and he's going to be stopped just short. You've got kind of a double wing formation. You got 2 running backs on just outside of the guards, and then you got 1 right behind the quarterback, Casey Peters. Now it's 3rd down and goal inside the 1-yard line. Elliott is lined up directly behind the quarterback. You got 2 running backs set at receiver on the left. He will flip the ball, gets it to Elliott, cuts back, trying to stretch into the end zone, cannot get there. So actually he didn't even get back to the 1. He lost foot, maybe 2 feet on that. And the Wildcatters running the ball in the red zone. They've done it back-to-back-to-back times. This might be a good time to throw the ball, catch him on some play action. Throws, end zone. It is going to be caught in the end zone. There is a flag in the end zone. Is it going to be interference? The interception brought in by Johnny Thomas. We'll have to check the flag. Wildcatters are clapping. Holding is called on the Bandits. That's going to go on Greg Yeldel. And it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. Actually, half a yard out. They have not been able to punch it in. They've had 3 tries, and then they tried to throw. Illegal procedure against the Wildcatters will move it back to the 6-yard line. Minute and 44 seconds left to go in the first half. You know, the upside of this is that the Bandits will not have much time when they get the ball back. Whether the Wildcatters are able to score or not. Less than a minute and a half left to go in the first half. Bring a man in loop motion over to the right, trips over there, straight drop, free rush, and Peters is smashed. That's coming in to knock him down is Rayford, but he did get rid of the ball in time, so it's just an incomplete pass, and it's 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line. That will bring us to the 1-minute warning right now. There we go. Final minute of the first half coming up. They changed the rules with regards to the clock. From here on out until halftime, they're going to stop the clock with each incomplete pass. Each time the ball goes out of bounds, they will stop the clock with each first down until the ball is reset. So 1 minute can be a long time in the indoor game. Second down and goal from the 5-yard line for the Wildcatters. They lead the Bandits 13-12. 1 minute away from the end of the first half. And the center is knocked to the turf. That would be Ibrahim Karoma, who is knocked to the turf. I don't ever remember seeing a man so gleeful about being knocked down. That'll put the ball back on the 2-yard line, so it's 2nd down and goal from there. Trips to the right side. Bring a man in motion. They will hand off right side. Hit in the backfield. Going to go down at the 5-yard line. Coming in to make the tackle is Greg Yeldel. And that play was just too slow developing. They had it blocked well at the point of attack. But Burdett was too deep in the backfield. And an edge rusher was able to get to him before he's able to get the ball and head upfield. It's 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Peters drops, throws, end zone caught, touchdown Johnson. Cedric Johnson goes back to the corner of the end zone. If these end zones had corners. And that's on Casey Peters. needed a fastball to get it past the defense, and that one came smoking out. Peters will hold. Good snap. Its kick is up, and it is good. Actually, the snap was a little offline. Peters corrected, put it back in play. The kick is up. The kick is good. So with 21 seconds left to go in the first half, our score: the West Texas Wildcatters 21 and the San Angelo Bandits 12. Kirkland Davidson deep to return this kick. And Kyle Yak will be kicking off. And this is the objective here, man, you could not give up a touchdown. And Yak's kick is a low line drive taken at the 20. He will come right back up the middle and go down at the 18-yard line. That ran off 4 seconds, so there's 17 seconds left to go in the first half. And I'm not sure, I think that tells me that they're not sure if Yak can kick the ball 55, 60 yards, which is what it takes to get it out the other end of the end zone. So instead they go with a squib, it's knocked down, and San Angelo with great field position. They'll send Cashmere in motion over to the right side, 2 left on the left. Collins rolls to his right, throws, end zone, incomplete. And that ran off 6 seconds. And right now, there's really not much indication that the Bandits have any confidence in their kicking game. They may be just looking for the touchdown. If you got a good kicker, you're thinking in the back of your mind, don't give up the 3 points that you might be able to get at the end of the half. Collins will drop. He'll throw. End zone, incomplete. That was a pass that Royal Johnson probably could have picked off, but he was covering the man Cashmere. So when Cashmere broke to the outside, he broke to the outside with him. He wasn't looking for the ball just yet. Collins threw the ball where only Royal Johnson could have gotten there. Now there's 7 seconds left to go in the first half. 3rd down and 10. Straight drop. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Nobody there. That was so far away from anyone. You got to think, hey, was that intentional grounding? He had one receiver who was running a swing pass at the line of scrimmage, and the other 2 receivers were all the way on the other side of the field. So now there's 2 seconds left. This will almost certainly be the final play of the game, and they will call a timeout. Art Arteaga is the kicker. 5'4", 145 pounds. Will we see him? Don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. The ball is on the 16-yard line. It is 4th down and 10. But we've got 2.33 seconds left to go in the first half. There are very few plays you can run that take less than 2.5 seconds. And the ones that you have, don't typically end with a stoppage of the clock. Of course, they do have a timeout, but you can't get a timeout called that quickly either. So this is almost certainly the final play of the game. Over the left side, Edwards and Ingram. You've got Cashmere on the right. Cashmere will come in loop motion over to the left. Trips, left side. Collins drops. Pressure comes, throws. It is caught, and he is out of bounds, and the half ends. So we go to the halftime with our score, the West Texas Wildcatters 20, the San Angelo Bandits 12. I'm not sure. It was either Ingram. Oh, 3. That's Cashmere. And we are nearing the end of halftime here at the Ector County Coliseum, Odessa, Texas. I'm Graham Pollard along with you. And we have seen quite an evening thus far. People of Odessa should be quite pleased. The Wildcatters lead 20-12, and it's raining outside. I know the folks in San Angelo would be certainly rooting for rain as well. No idea if you're getting any rain down there. Hopefully you are. Matter of fact, the people of the Permian Basin probably rooting for rain in San Angelo even more than they are here. That's where we get our drinking water. And, oh, yeah, we're kind of attached to drinking water. In the first half, the Bandits took the lead on an Edwards touchdown catch. That was 6-0. Then Gattiaga scored for the Wildcatters to tie it. Sumlin scored on the ground for the Bandits to make it 12-6. Morris made a reception through the air with the extra point, 13-12. And then Johnson scored for the Wildcatters to make it 20-12. The opening kickoff of the second half goes out of bounds. Going to belong to the Wildcatters. And where are they going to mark it? It bounced before it went out of bounds. And it bounced and went out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So that's where they will take over. First down and 10. Talk to Casey Peters at halftime. Throw to the outside. Johnson with the catch. And he's going to pick up yardage out to the 16 and pick up a 5. Peters was excited at halftime, but realized and stated immediately they hadn't accomplished anything yet. I told him you play well in the first half, good chance you'll play well in the second half. He smiled. Just underway in the second half of play, 20-12. Wildcatters with the lead and the ball, second down and 4 from the 16-yard line. And we've got a flag coming in. And it is a legal procedure against Brandon Allen. I tell you what, I was watching Brandon Allen as he did it. And that was the leastest, slightest, bareliest movement ever. Yeah, he did move. But, boy, not much to it at all. So, second down and 9. Peters drops, hit from behind, steps out of a tackle. Now throws and it's incomplete. He was on his way to the ground when he saw an open receiver and flicked the ball to Micah Burdett. Burdett reached back for the ball and ended up just sitting down, coming up just short. With that, it's third down and 9. Ball is on the 12-yard line. They'll go trips right side. Desmond Baker playing receiver over on that side as well. Peters drops, pressure comes, steps away to the left, drops it over the... Johnson makes the catch as he goes to the wall. Peters was forced out of the pocket, was backing up, heading to his left, threw an absolute lollipop down the sidelines. Johnson ran and got it. And when I say lollipop, I say that because he had the ball stay up in the air long enough for Johnson to get there. If he threw a rope, it's incomplete. That was a great play. First down and goal from the 8-yard line. Loop motion over the right, Burdett. They'll throw a screen pass right side. Morris, he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Dennis Morris puts it in, and the Wildcatters extend their lead. And what a dramatic change. You were on your way from 3rd and 10 to 4th and 10. Extra point is up, and it is Good. So it's 27-12. Wildcatters with the lead, 12-16 remaining in the third quarter. The Wildcatters were at 3rd and 10 on their way, actually 3rd and 9 on their way to 4th and 9, deep in their own territory, when Casey Peters throws a brilliant pass down the sidelines. Johnson goes and gets it. Everything turned on a dime. You were very nearly looking at a stop given up on their first possession. San Angelo gets the ball back, down by 8. They're right back in this game. Instead, you get the completion. The next play is a touchdown, and it's 27-12, a 15-point lead. A 2-score margin. And Kyle Yett will dribble the ball up the sideline, skips at the 10, will hop over into the end zone. He'll have to bring it out. Takes it up the right side. They take him to the sideline. He cuts back, finds a crease. We've got a flag at the 6-yard line. That was one of the great kickoffs of all time, man. That was beautiful. It probably bounced 5 or 6 times. And so by the time the return man was able to get to the ball, the defense was all over it. He's forced to change directions. Oh, by the way, he had to come out of the end zone, because if you down it in the end zone, you get to keep the ball, but it's a 1-point penalty. So it would then be 28-12. It is called a rouge. Sounds too French for football. Under 12 minutes left to play in the third quarter, 27-12. Throw to the outside. Hit immediately, and the ball is stripped out of the hands of Lawan Edwards. The receiver was open. The ball was put on the money, but the defensive back was able to reach around as he made contact and strip the ball out. You're able to play both the man and the ball. So it's 2nd down and 10 from the 3. Throws the outside, incomplete. And the receiver is completely muscled up. Edwards is being picked on by Desmond Baker, who locked up with him at the line of scrimmage, would not let him off of the line of scrimmage, and is not required by rule to do so. That was tremendous defense by Desmond Baker. So now 3rd down and 10. Bandits need the 13-yard line. They're on their 3. They got twins right, single receiver left. Collins drops. He'll throw deep. And he throws, and it's incomplete. Great defense there by Kelly Dawson. That Brian Ingram had a step on Dawson. But the ball is underthrown, which it typically is. It's usually underthrown on fly patterns like that. You expect the receiver to adjust. Dawson kept his hands off the receiver, ran with him, and then reacted as the ball came in. That was beautiful defense. So now 4th down and 10 from the 3-yard line. They are going to go for it. I tell you what, with a 15-point lead, this is huge. We've got movement up front as Aaron Matthews comes across from the nose tackle position. Was he drawn? Aaron Matthews out of Emporia State. When I think of great defensive tackles out of Emporia State, one comes to mind. That would be Leon Lett. A little over 9.5 minutes left to go, third quarter. Flag comes in. Illegal procedure is the call against the Bandits. The ball is on the 8-yard line. This should move it back to the 4. They move it back to the 3. I'm going to wait and see if they figure this out. You can't go more than half the distance to the goal on an illegal procedure penalty. Or can you? Nah, but there you go. There you go. They'll bring it back out to the 4-yard line. Trips the right side for the Bandits. It is 4th down and 9.5. They'll send Cashmere in motion over the left side. Straight drop throws up the sidelines, tipped and incomplete. Oh, my Cashmere almost with a circus catch. Instead, it is an incomplete pass, and the ball goes over on down. So now 27-12. Ball on the 4-yard line. Red zone offense has not worked very well for the Wildcatters. Now, they've ended up punching it in a couple of times, but they have had to work and run many plays to get it in on the ground. Loop motion, handoff left side, turning it up in towards the goal line, and that's going to be Elliott going down at the 1-yard line. I tell you what, you'll take that. Actually, it's the 2. You move it from the 4 to the 2. Another thing is they move from one hash mark to the other, so they still have a wide side to work with. And you think, well, the wide side's the better side. You can run to that. You know what? You can also come back with some counter action to the short side of the field and really take advantage of that. 2nd and goal, they will hand off inside right side, Elliott. Robert Elliott into the end zone. Everybody was looking to the left side. Elliott took his first step there, and the defense reacted enormously. Everybody trying to go to that left side A-gap, and he just stopped and went back to the right, and it was wide open. On for the extra point is Yak, and it's no good. So with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the ballgame, our score, West Texas Wildcatters 33, San Angelo 12. Cheerleaders leaving the field. It is so funny. The football players get out there way before the cheerleaders leave. Having both on the field at the same time, oh, that's a treat. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left to go, third quarter. Wildcatters 33, and the Bandits 12. Wildcatters defense has gotten back to back stops. Bandits have not scored since there was 14 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the first half. Nice kick. It takes a skip, and Cashmere will bring it up almost to midfield. Boy, the left side of the field just opened wide open for Cashmere, there was one defender to beat, and Robert Elliott stepped up and made the play. How often do you see in baseball a guy make a great play in the field, come in, and have a nice trip to the plate? That time Elliott scored a touchdown and then made the tackle on the ensuing kickoff. Collins will drop. Pressure comes. They throw to the outside quickly. It is caught and good for the first down. And a gentleman was in a chair on the other side of a trash can. That wall just collapsed into the trash can, and the trash can took him for a ride. And he's gotten no lack of attention. Even the officials come over to have a word with him. Actually, he's the clock operator. They got to make sure that he is okay. And the scoreboard seemed to have survived the downing of the scoreboard controller. Now that was a 9-yard gain down to the Wildcatters' 17-yard line. Brings up second down, and we'll call it 1. Cashmere will go in loop motion from right to left, trips over there. Collins drops, steps up in the pocket, throws the end zone, caught! Touchdown, Cashmere! The ref had to come over and make sure that Cashmere never lost control of the ball. From my vantage point, which probably the best in the building, because I'm up looking down and I'm also to the side, and I could absolutely tell you that as he went over, he held on to that ball all the way through the catch. I went out to talk with Cashmere at halftime. Not like we had a long interaction, but I said hi. Seemed to be a really nice guy that's having a good night for the Bandits at receiver. They'll go for 2. Straight drop throws. Pump fake now comes back to the middle. That as Desmond Rayford ran his pattern through the end zone, the quarterback, Collins, threw the ball right at the ref. An exceptional job by the ref of getting under the ball. Now, Rayford, as soon as the ref went down and got hit with the ball, had no time to react. But that ref did a tremendous job of getting out of the way. Right now, our score, Wildcatters 33 and the Bandits 18. That comes with 6 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the third quarter. On your screen, you can see Tate Smith, offensive coordinator for the Wildcatters, getting after them. Well, offensive coordinator, also special teams coordinator. I think he had something specific in mind for this kick return. We'll see what that may be. Arteaga kicks it off. It is caught at the 25-yard line, and he'll go down at the 16. That is Robert Elliott on the, no, that's not. That's going to be Jacoby Thomas. Sometimes hard to tell the 32 from the 22. Jacoby Thomas is a fullback, 250 pounds out of Troy. Who's the best defensive lineman out of Troy? I'm going to guess DeMarcus Ware. Just a guess. Oh, I'm going to miss him. Wildcatters with the ball at the Bandit 15-yard line. Burdett will go set to the right side. Johnson and Morris is set to the left. Peters drops under pressure. Great throw. There was nothing good going to happen on that play, and he threw it through the uprights. You're up by 25 points. No, 15 points, excuse me. Don't give up anything easy. And he just threw that ball away. Smart play. Last year, Casey Peters was co-MVP in this league. .550 left to go in the third quarter. It is second down and 10. Play action, throw the swing pass out to the right side. Get the ball to Morris up the sideline. Going to be a pickup of 8 and bring up third down and 2. And actually it's Burdett. So they're down to the 9-yard line. Hey, I thought he was a little further up the sidelines than that when he got driven into the wall. They're going to call it the 9. Going to be third down and 4. Got to get the 5-yard line. Handoff right side. Elliott hit in the backfield, driven back, and he's down at the 10. Going to be a loss of 1 yard. Going to be fourth down and 5. You're up by 15. A field goal would make it 18. Part of why we won't see a field goal. 4th and 5 is certainly doable. Burdett will go set to the right side. Johnson and Morris set to the left. Straight drop by Peters. Throws outside, incomplete, as the pass is intended for Morris. So the Wildcatters turn it over on downs, but they turn it over at the 10-yard line. Four minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It's a 15-point lead for the Wildcatters, which is certainly not insurmountable. But it's significant enough. You'd certainly rather be up by 15 than down by 15. First down and 10 from the 10-yard line. Cashmere comes in motion over to the right. Drops, throws, incomplete, intended for Cashmere. They had a stacked set. You had Brian Ingram on the line. Directly behind him was Lawan Edwards. And it just looked like they're trying to set up a screen or something. It didn't work. You had two defensive backs over there with them, and they set up a one-on-one situation with Royal Johnson and Cashmere. Weren't able to complete it. Now we got a legal procedure called against the Bandits. So they will move it back 5 yards. And you're looking at second down and 15 from the 5-yard line. Clock running, 3.5 minutes left to go, third quarter. They will bring a man in motion. Pressure comes, throws outside, incomplete. I tell you what, they got a great pass rush on him that time. Aaron Matthews got a good push, forced him out of the pocket. And it is tough to complete a pass when you were running for your life. And now we got a flag. It's a flag that Aaron Matthews agrees with. He seems so delighted to get the penalty, and now he's asking to decline it. Actually, maybe Jacoby Thomas. 3:07 left to go, third quarter. It's going to be third down and 15 from the 5. Pretty good chance they're going to chunk it deep this time. Set to the right side, Ingram and Edwards. He throws over the middle behind the receiver. Incomplete. Edwards had a step, but the ball was thrown off the mark, and now it is fourth down and 15.
So 4th down and 15. And yes, here comes the man. It's going to be Ortega. Back deep is Royal Johnson. This would be 60 yards. It's blocked. Loose ball in the end zone. Recovered by the Wildcatters. TD Wildcatters. And trying to figure out who that was. Jacoby Thomas. So that's going to make it 39-18. 2:03 left to go in the third quarter. Yak is on for the extra point. Casey Peters to hold. Kick is up. It is good. So with 1 minute and 51 seconds left to go in the third quarter, our score, Wildcatters 40, Bandits 18. Yak on to kick off. 1 minute and 51 seconds left to go third quarter. 40-18. It's an onside kick that dies at the 13-yard line. So the Bandits have good field position this time. So it flips the field. The Bandits have spent the whole third quarter in their own end of the field. But they got the ball at the Wildcatter 14. Straight drop, throws, incomplete. And they had Gadiaga, the jack, was deep and playing. He's allowed to be 5 yards off the line. He was pretty much at the limit, coming with the quarterback and the receiver as they roll to the right. As soon as the ball is released, he can go back, and he did, and really not much chance to complete that ball at all. Ingram and Edwards set to the left side. Cashmere on the right, but he'll loop motion over to the left. Stands up, looking to throw the screen. It is knocked out at the line of scrimmage. Morris gets a piece of it and almost picked off by the Wildcatters. Collins dropped, and usually the defensive backs knows what is coming. That time the linemen and the linebackers did as well, and they just stood there and waited for him to throw, got a piece of it. So now third down and 10 from the 14-yard line. We've got 25 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Cashmere will go in loop motion, gives us trips left. Collins drops, looks over the middle, throws, end zone, caught! Touchdown, Cashmere. So Cashmere makes a really nice catch in the end zone. And a great job by Collins of hanging it up in the air and letting Kashmir go get it. So the extra point will come. We've got the ball on the 2-yard line. The lead has been cut to 16. And down by 16, go for 2. There's the horn that ends the third quarter, but you run this extra point on this end zone. This extra point comes in this quarter. So we're going to have the break after the extra point. So it is 40-24, awaiting the extra point. The Bandits will go for 2. You've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Edwards in motion towards the line, straight drop, pressure comes. They throw and it's caught. And with the catch is Desmond Rayford. Rayford completes the 2-point conversion. And so with that, it is the Wildcatters 40 and the Bandits 26. And here comes the kickoff. It's another squib going to be taken at the 15-yard line. Looking for a seam up through the middle, and he'll go down inside Bandit territory at the 23. On the return, Royal Johnson. Casey Peters gets the call from Coach John Lyle. First down and 10 from the 22-yard line. 40-26 our score. Wildcatters with the lead. Quickly throw it to Morris. Gets a block, turns it up. Hit and goes down at the 16-yard line. That is a gain of 6. Morris, a very versatile player that at 260 pounds, he's able to take a handoff and run with the ball. He can catch the ball, and he can make a difference after the catch. Burdett set to the right side, twins to the left. Peters drops. Pressure comes. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped back at the 21-yard line. Tim McGee makes that sack. Going to be 3rd down and 9. And they move it closer to the 20-yard line, actually. So it's going to be third down and just about 8. Morris and Johnson go set to the left side. Burdette on the right. Peters drops, blitz comes, throws outside. Caught by Johnson. Going to be short of the first down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, which will leave fourth down and 2. I'm going to be 4th and 3. Just under 13 minutes left to play in the ballgame. 14-point lead for the Wildcatters. West Texas 40, San Angelo 26. And we got a timeout on the field called by the Wildcatters. This is not one of those strategic timeouts where we're going to call a timeout because of the clock. No, this was, I didn't have what I wanted. It's fourth down. A 2-touchdown lead can become a 1-touchdown lead if you don't execute on situations like this. This is a very important play. That if they're able to pick up this first down, you put another touchdown up, and all of a sudden you're in the fourth quarter with a 3-touchdown lead. And comfortable may be too strong a word, but you're in good shape. But if you don't pick up this first down and they come down and score, like they have in 2 of their last 3 possessions, your lead is cut to a touchdown, and this is tight going down to the wire. Johnson and Morris set to the left side. Burdette is set left side. Peters drops, throws, end zone, tipped and incomplete. Ball goes over on downs to San Angelo. Wildcatters defense came up with 3 stops in the second quarter and then the third quarter. Back-to-back-to-back stops. Now the Bandits have scored touchdowns on 2 of their last 3 possessions. Of course, the Wildcatters scored a touchdown on the other one. First down and 10, straight drop by Collins. He's trying to get outside to the right, pulls up, throws, incomplete. Nice pass rush there by Aaron Matthews. Also, Antonio Dixon was in there as well. So that'll bring up second down and 10. A little over 12 minutes left to go in the game. Our score is the Wildcatters 40 and the Bandits 26. Ball is on the 13-yard line, second and 10. Quarterback drops the ball as he drops back. Oh, my. Where did that come from? It happens on occasion. You got a big physical nose guard hitting that center at the snap of the ball. And he gets driven back, steps on the quarterback's foot. The quarterback goes down. Well, that happens. But you're not supposed to fumble the ball. He fumbled the ball. And with that, it's a loss back to the 8-yard line. Collins drops, looks to run, hit. He'll be dropped. There's another sack. And in on that sack is Kyle Augustin. So it's now fourth down. And let me see. Fourth down and 17 from the 7. with a 14-point lead. Well, 14-point deficit, the Bandits are going to go for it. Huge defensive play here. Well, huge offensive play. Collins drops, throws the outside, well short of the first down. He's going to be wrapped up and stopped at the 12. Ball goes over on downs to the Wildcatters. So 10.5 minutes left to go in the game. A 14-point lead for the Wildcatters. And this is a time in the game when I think the quarterback and the coach need to be thinking about different things. Quarterback needs to be thinking about completing passes, putting points on the board. The coach is thinking about, well, how do we run some clock? How do we make sure the Bandits don't get too many possessions in the remainder of this game? Loop motion, head to his left is Johnson. Trouble with the snap, loose ball. Coming away with it is Greg Yeldel. So the Bandits have the ball. And we got a late flag coming in well after. And so the question here, did the center ever even snap the ball? There's contact, bodies flying all over the place. We'll have to check the flag. The San Angelo offense is already on. Delay of the game. So, after the recovery, there is some infraction against the Wildcatters. Leads to a delay of the game penalty. That moves the ball back to the 9-yard line. 10 minutes left to go in the game. 14-point lead for the Wildcatters. We got another flag. The back judge coming in to have a word with the referee. The white hat will tell us the story. Unsportsmanlike contact. We'll move the ball back to the 4.5. And you think it's got to come from the bench because the back judge is right back there by the San Angelo bench. He is forever away from the San Angelo offense. First down and 15 from the 4-yard line. Cashmere loop motion heading up the right sideline, throws back to the left, and it is caught by Ingram. And Ingram has to extend outside of the field of play to catch the ball. He catches the ball, and as he's bringing it back in, he is touched. His body is touching the pads. He is therefore down. It's a 2-yard gain for the Bandits, and it is second down and 13. And we got 9 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the game. A constant factor with each play. Got to think of the clock. Collins drops, throws deep up the left side. It is incomplete. Into the stands, and some fan gets a free football. They should be happier than that. So with that incomplete pass, it is now third down and 14. Ball is on the 6-yard line. They come to the line, trips left side. Edwards in bounce motion. Straight drop by Collins. Blitz comes, throws the ball, and is caught. Good for the first down and down inside. Wildcatter territory is Cashmere. I tell you what, Cashmere is doing a great job tonight. I tell you what, tonight Cashmere is the sweater of choice. He's got 2 touchdowns in this half, and he came up with a drive-saving reception for the first down right there. 7:45 left to go in the game, 1st and 10. Collins looks right, throws right, caught! And Cashmere makes the catch at the 7-yard line. And he is immediately into the boards and touched. 7.5 minutes left to go in the game. 40-26, Wildcatters lead the Bandits. That would be West Texas over San Angelo. Collins looks left, throws, tipped, almost intercepted. Royal Johnson gets a hand on it, and I don't think he was nearly as close to an interception as you might think. He is behind the receiver. As he steps out, he puts a hand out, gets a hand on the ball. But, he was nowhere near in control of the ball. 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Edwards bounce motion, trips left side. Quickly pitch the ball to Cashmere. He's going to be hit and wrapped up pretty much at the line of scrimmage. The idea is the quarterback gets the ball to the receiver so quickly that he is on top of the defense before they can react and, trots into the end zone. That was nowhere near that. Cashmere had to wait a moment for the ball. And by the time he tried to change direction, it was over. Collins from the shotgun, zone option play. Now he'll throw end zone into the net. And that was Collins saw that wasn't going to work. He had a bunch of defenders around his receivers, just threw it away. So now it is 4th down and goal from the 5-yard line. And if they don't score here, the likelihood of them winning the game drops dramatically. Collins under center this time, sends Cashmere in motion to the right. Pressure comes, just tosses it into the end zone. No foul. Cashmere wants an interference call. He may or may not have a point, but I don't think the ball was catchable either way. So with that, it turns the ball over on downs. 5 minutes and 26 seconds left to go in the game. Our score, the West Texas Wildcatters 40 and the San Angelo Bandits 26. West Texas Wildcatters with the ball at their own 5-yard line. 1st down and 10. West Texas 40. Bandits. Well, throw to the outside. Johnson with the reception. He's out to the 13-yard line. Going to be a pickup of 8. 2nd down and 2. Clock running. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the game. And for San Angelo, the principal problem is in this game, until you get to the last minute of a half, the clock is almost constantly running. Gattiaga and Johnson set to the right side. On the left side, you got Burdett. Elliott's the running back. And they're just waiting for that clock to run a little bit. Not a bad idea. Drops. Fakes it, now goes deep. Johnson is there. Cannot catch up with it. I tell you what, nice job by Johnson of getting open on that play, but that is a tremendously difficult throw. That Casey Peters is escaping the rush, and he goes from that gentle trot where you can just throw the ball to he lowers his shoulder and lunges out of the pocket, and immediately cocks and fires down the field, and still is able to throw a pretty legitimate pass. Now it's too long, but that was a pretty good shot at the big play. 3rd down and 3. Fumble snap again. Gets on it, now it gets away. Loose ball. And the Bandits have it back. And flags fly. It looked like Casey Peters had the ball on the ground after the snap, and then it gets stripped away from him. No, he never got the handle. Number 7, recovered by Jeremiah Turner. And I've been here. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Wildcatters. I thought I heard him say illegal block to the back. Well, defenders don't block to the back. And when they had the ball, when the Bandits had the ball, the Wildcatters became defenders. Regardless, 1st down and goal from the 5-yard line. 3.5 minutes left to go in the game. Edwards in bounce motion heads left. Collins drops, throws over the middle, and it's knocked down by Augustin. Augustin knocks it down. Clock continues to run as we hit 3:15. And the thing is, the Bandits have an opportunity to get back to the line, run plays quickly. So they're able to put it in hurry up. Collins drops, throws outside, incomplete, intended for Edwards. Clock will continue to run. 2:50 left to go in the game. It is 40-26, 14-point lead for West Texas over San Angelo. Ingram, bounce motion left side over there with Edwards. Collins drops, pressure comes, throws out the back of the end zone. Incomplete pass intended for Desmond Rayford. And in red zone opportunities, Rayford has kind of made himself a home in that back middle of the end zone. And it appears that the Wildcatters have caught on. 2 minutes left to go in the game. It is 4th down and goal from the 5. Collins drops, plenty of time, throws it over the middle, caught Cashmere. That is his 3rd touchdown of the second half. He did not have one in the first half. They cut it to 8. They're going to go for the extra point. And now Ortega with the kick. It is up, and it is good. So the Wildcatters unable to put it away. Clock is stopped at 1:31. And our score is the Wildcatters 40, the Bandits 33. So the Bandits will attempt the onside kick, almost certainly.
Wildcatters, will they put anybody back? Not really. Well, now they do. Royal Johnson will be at probably the 15-yard line, but you're looking at 7 players right up there ready to receive this onside kick. Onside kicks rarely work. It is really tougher on a smaller field. And he goes ahead and kicks it away. It bounces at the 1-yard line and heads out of bounds. It goes out of bounds at the 1. And are they going to mark it at the 1? They will mark it at the 1-yard line, which is particularly scary. You're looking at a minute and a half left to go in the game, and the Wildcatters have fumbled 2 of their last 3 snaps, losing both fumbles. What they need to do is successfully complete the center quarterback exchange. Straight drop, throws up the sidelines. Morris is there, makes the catch. He is down inside the 5-yard line. And we got a late hit. It's going to go against Devin Johnson. Devin Johnson of the Bandits gets called for a penalty. As he is arguing, another flag goes up. And Casey Peters put that ball just absolutely perfect. He hung the ball up in the air. Morris running stride for stride with a defender on his hip. He does not gain an inch away from that defender with the balls in the air. Just extends his arm and catches it. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bandits. And number 4, that's going to be Devin Johnson, is disqualified. That puts the ball down at the 4-yard line. That is a 45-yard gain. The lead is 7 points. You've got a minute and 6 seconds left to go in the game. And I'm guessing the next play will be a touchdown. Not because the Wildcatters do something brilliant, but I'm thinking San Angelo will let them score. We go to the 1-minute warning. The scoring goes back to the time. The clock is run like college football and will be for the rest of this ball game. It comes with our score. The West Texas Wildcatters 40 and the San Angelo Bandits 33. First down and goal from the 2-yard line. And that makes it a 47-yard gain on that last play. They will bring a man in motion. Hand the ball off to Morris. Morris hit in the backfield, and he stopped. They will call a timeout. San Angelo has 3 left. Well, with 3 timeouts, you can call a timeout after 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. The clock stops automatically after 4th down. So the Wildcatters really cannot run out the clock, so they need to go ahead and score. So the Bandits obviously not going to let them score. Elliott will come into the game. Gattiaga comes out. The Wildcatters with no shortage of options in the red zone. They've got a lot of big bodies. Burdett set to the left side. Morris and Johnson set to the left. Elliott is in the backfield with Peters.
They'll pitch the ball to Elliott, trying to turn the corner. Not going to get there. He's driven out of bounds. And the clock stops with 49 seconds left to go. So that allows the Bandits to save one of their timeouts. They've got two. It is third down. They'll have to call a timeout after third down. And all of this could be leading up to a game-winning field goal. Keep in mind they've got that as an option. Elliott in motion over to the right side. Drops, looks, throws, caught! And he is going to be close. He's out of bounds just outside the goal line. They're going to call it the 2. So 43 seconds left to go in the game. Are they going to go for the field goal? A field goal puts it beyond a touchdown, and they will. Also bear in mind that if there's a problem with the hold or the snap or any of that, they've got 2 quarterbacks on the field. The holder is their starting quarterback, and Casey Peters, their kicker, is Kyle Yett. The ball will be placed down just outside the 9-yard line, making this a 14-yard kick. We've got a penalty. Delay of the game called against the Wildcatters. That'll move the ball back to the 7, and the kick will move back to the 14. Is that a big deal? You know what? I think it's a big enough deal they're going to go for it on 4th down. You know what? They don't need their timeout, so they'll call one right here and talk about it. And the reason why is that that goalpost is 10 feet wide. In the outdoor game, the goalpost is 30 feet wide. So it's 3 times smaller. So even short kicks are not automatic. And you think, well, at least they'll get the ball at the 5. There's a certain risk that comes with all field goals. Wait, have we seen one block tonight? Yes, we have. What happened? Touchdown. We've seen a field goal block tonight for a touchdown. So this may be the safe play. At worst, they get the ball back deep in their own end of the field. Burdette is deep, and he will go in loop motion to the left. 3 receivers over there. Peters drops, looks, throws, tipped at the line, caught! And Elliott will run down to the 4-yard line. He is not going to get into the end zone. They will turn it over on downs. So that is a 45-yard drive on a 50-yard field that leads to no points. 35 seconds left to go in the game. The Bandits need a touchdown and a 1-point extra point to tie. Collins looks right. Pressure comes. Spins out of it. Throws deep. It's going to be intercepted at the 14-yard line. Interception. Desmond Baker. And does that wrap it up? Mostly. You'll remember, San Angelo still has 2 timeouts. And the goal at this point has got to be don't go out of bounds. Don't throw an incomplete pass. And certainly don't turn the ball over. Elliott is a running back right next to Peters. They'll throw it to Johnson. He makes the catch at the 19-yard line. And so they use the timeout. 22 seconds left to go in the game. And the Wildcatters may be thinking if you don't get a first down, you can't end the game with the ball. And seems, yeah, that could happen. So with the timeout, once again our score is the West Texas Wildcatters 40 and the San Angelo Bandits 33. Beautiful night here in the Ector County Coliseum. Yes, we actually had some rain outside. Gotta love it. So two receivers left, one to the right. Peters drops to throw. Throws the outside. It is caught by Burdett. He'll have the first down, I believe. He is knocked out of bounds, which will stop the clock. And that would have been a very tough situation if he had gotten very near the first down and not, if he hadn't picked up the first down and gone out of bounds, that would have saved him a timeout. Now, it is first down and 10. You've got 18 seconds left to go. Peters gets the call back to the huddle. Burdett is set to the right side. Gattiaga and Johnson will go out to the left. On first and 10, Peters drops, throws, caught. Johnson makes the catch. The clock will run. The game will end. It will end with our final score. West Texas Wildcats 40. San Angelo Bandits 33. That is the first win in Wildcatters history. Oh, they get the monkey off their back. They got their first W. They're back in the hunt for the playoffs, and you just got to play well from here on out. Realize you're starting in a hole. Quickly to run down the events of this evening. On the first drive of the night, Edwards scored a touchdown from 20 yards out. Extra point, no good. 6-0. First offensive play of the night for the Wildcatters is an interception. Turns it right back over. Then Wildcatter defense comes up with a stand. They get on the board with a touchdown from 13 yards out to Gattiaga. They miss the extra point at 6-6. The next possession, Sumlin scores for the Bandits, extends the lead, or gives the Bandits a lead of 12-6. The next possession for the Wildcatters, Morris pushes it in. The extra point is good, so the Wildcatters have the first lead of the game, 13-12. On the next possession, turnover on downs. Wildcatters get the ball back. And on a 6-play drive, Johnson puts it in for 5 yards out. The extra point is good. It's 20-12, and it stays that way through halftime. In the second half, the Wildcatters open up with a touchdown from Morris. He scores on an 8-yard catch. The extra point is good, and it's 27-12, and everybody's feeling pretty good about the Wildcatters here in this building. Then the defense gets a stop on 4 straight plays. It was 4 downs and out. The Wildcatters get the ball back, cash in another touchdown. It's a TD run by Elliott. The extra point no good, and it's 33-12. Then Kashmir pretty much took over the middle part of the second half. Second play of the drive is a 17-yard touchdown pass to Kashmir. The extra point no good, and with 6:57, it is the Wildcatters 33, the Bandits 18. The Wildcatters turn it over on downs on their next possession. The Bandits get the ball back, can do nothing offensively, and then the Wildcatters special team takes over as Thomas comes in, blocks a kick in the end zone, falls on it for the touchdown. The extra point is good. It's 40-18. Everybody relax. Wait, not so quick, because the Bandits come back and score on their second play. A touchdown pass to who? Yes, that would be Kashmir. The extra point no good, and it is 40-26. Then the wheels kind of fall off the Wildcatters offense as they go 4 and out on downs. Bandits do the same. Then the Wildcatters get the ball back, and this is a trend we got to stop. They fumble the snap on first down. Bandits get the ball back. They have a 9-play drive, but cannot come up with any points. They turn it over on downs. Wildcatters get the ball back. They run play from the 5-yard line out to the 13. The next play, it is a fumbled snap that the Bandits come up with. So 2 out of 3 plays offensively turn in to fumbled snaps and turnovers for the Wildcatters. The Bandits cash in quickly as they go to Kashmir on the third play of their next possession. They cut the lead to 7 with 1 minute and 31 seconds left to go in the game. The Wildcatters get the ball back. They do so at their own 1-yard line after a terrific kick from Ortega. And then on the third play of the drive, they throw deep, and it's a 45-yard play all the way down inside the 5 to the 2-yard line, to the 3-yard line. They cannot get any points. They eventually turn it over on downs. The Bandits have one more shot, but on third down, they throw a pass downfield. Desmond Baker is there for the interception that wraps up the victory as the West Texas Wildcatters pick up the first victory in franchise history. They improve to 1-3, and it's just nice to have that first W. And the next game for the Wildcatters will be against the Amarillo Venom in Amarillo. That's going to be on April 26th. That is a week from today. The next home game will be Saturday, May 10th against the New Mexico Stars. You'll want to be here for that. Once again, for the Bandits, they will play next week at home against Rio Grande Valley. That game will be at 7:05 Saturday, April 26th. You won't want to miss that. So that's going to wrap it up from the Ector County Coliseum. Once again, our final score is the West Texas Wildcatters 40 and the San Angelo Bandits 33. Thank you for listening, and good night.